Hi all. I have been MIA for quite a while now. I've had so much to do and so much to catch up with. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm back here for another video now so that we can continue working with this little polymer clay baby head, and hopefully we can get some more work done on him or her. So yeah, I've been busy doing silicone babies and reborn babies and such, and I haven't really had time to do a video because I have been doing polymer clay babies obviously as well. So anyway, we're here now, so that's the main thing. And as I said, we're doing a partial sculpt this time, and the next time we'll do a full body sculpt. And we work our way up from mini to the full size one, if we can accomplish that. Some people find it very hard to work with minis, whereas others find it hard to work with the full size. I think that if you practice, you can do both. I mean, you'll always find something that's difficult. Ears, nose, whatever, some part of the body. You know, it's the way it is. But you practice, and practice makes perfect. So I'm going to roll out this little bit of clay that I've just conditioned now with my roller. And what we're going to do today is build up on the forehead and do the brows as well. And brows also play a big part in the expression of the baby. Whether, you know, he or she has a angry expression or a funny expression or whatever. I think this clay may be a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut, my roll's not leaving me alone, that much off it. So you're left with this much. Okay. There's the thick part, which is here, and then there's the thinner part, which is the rounded part where the roller sort of comes out to the edge. The thinner part is going to go in closest to the eyes. So you'll start like that. See if I can zoom you in. So oops, maybe that wasn't a good idea. There we go. Okay, right there. And then you just take your thumbs and just blend it in and push it down. You're going to work on the top part of the head later. If you find that the clay that you've put there on the forehead part's just a little bit too thick, you can thin it out with your thumbs and fingers. So once we get this done, we can move on to the rest. It creates the head. Okay. I forgot to put my music on, but yeah, nah. Oh well, doesn't matter. I had YouTube tell me that, mind you, you can tell that my music was playing off my own music, or whatever you call a CD player here. So it wasn't like I was even mentioning the songs that were playing there or claiming that I, you know, was using them as a part of the video I was getting together or anything like that. And they said to me, you might be infringing copyrights or something or other. So you can't play music you like if you're doing a video for YouTube. So we shall stick with my relaxing music, which I've bought on CD, and if they say anything to me, I will just simply show them the CD and say, right, well, here it is. I am allowed to listen to it while I work. Okay, so getting your tool, you just gently roll. I've got the bigger tool this time than the smaller one. Roll the ends in to get rid of the seams, and then just smooth it over with your thumb. And as you can see, I do a lot of work with thumbs and fingers rather than tools. As I said before, everyone's different and everyone's techniques are different. Those just happen to be mine, where I learnt them from, and it doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong when it comes to art. It's the finished product that matters. So if you're happy with what you produced, it doesn't matter how you produced it, using whatever techniques. I'm just smoothing the top of the eye to the eyelid, and the top of the eye lid to the forehead, or brow I should say, rather. That's where the brows are going to be. So in the centre here where this end of this little nose is, I just generally just smooth it up, and you come up with something like this. And so you smooth it out this way and that way. Now with the brow, let me just see what we're doing here. We don't want to mess anything up. Darn allergies. Come away and leave me alone. Doesn't matter what I say, they're still going to be there. I've got one eye smaller than the other, so I'll rectify that in a minute. But let's get these brows down. So just by gently pushing with your thumb, do that. Sorry guys. You just make a brow. You can see it there, so you push up a little bit. You see that? That's your brow. And then just tidy it up. Okay. So that's one side done. Just going to press in just a little bit there. And now the baby looks like it's frowning. And that's okay if you want a frowning baby. If you don't, just smooth it out. And the same to the other side. You just use your thumb to create the brow. Like that. With your finger. Make sure that both brows are the same size and position. I'm just using this to get rid of the seam marks. We don't want any seam marks there. Go down, down, down. Here we go. Sorry guys if I'm getting out of focus. It took me a long time to work out it wasn't actually the camera. It was me just not realising that I'm going out of focus. Just a pain. So anyway, I'm going to flatten this little nose somewhat with the shaper tool. Just this top part of the nose. Makes them look more babyish. Okay. Let's just push that up a little bit with the brow. So you just keep fiddling with it until it looks how you want it to look. It looks right to you. And you know, you might come back and put some more. I thought I kept this little guy out of the dust for so long, but dust has a way of creeping up on you. Just got a little bit of dust on his cheek there. No, don't like that. But we can remedy it because it's not baked yet. So what we do is just get our, let me just finish these, our very sharp knife, X-Acto knife, and we just scrape that off, which is the part that's just You just got a little, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you just sort of just gently scrape it off. There we go. Got rid of it. Just throw, oops, it's stuck there. Just throw that away because we don't want it back on anything. And then just smooth out the area that you went over with the knife. Okay, now back to this, and I'm still just hard to sort of do it towards the camera, guys, so bear with me. This is what I'm doing when I'm facing myself. Using my thumb, I'm just going over just the top part here of the eye to make the brow stand out more. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a little bit more clay to this little eye here, because it seems to have become a little bit smaller than the other one. So just a minute amount, a very, very tiny amount. And I'm going to flatten it as much as possible, and then just come over the top of the eye that's already there. Where's my little shaper tool? Just take that and roll it into position. Let's tie top and bottom, just under the brow and down. And if there's any excess, just there appears to be here, just with your thumb smooth it out until both eyes are the same size. Okay, so let's get that shaper tool and roll that out. And here, we're just sort of going into the corner here. Like that. Okay. Just bringing it down again, because I still think that's carrying now. It's carrying a little bit more than the other eye. Okay. And I'm still smoothing down the nose, where the bridge of the nose is. It makes a big difference to the overall look of the baby. Okay. Okay. So just continue to fiddle around with your eyes and brow until you're quite happy with the way it looks. In the corners, always remember to, if I can show you this way, start from there and then just sort of pull your tool up out that way, creating that sort of look there. And you do the same on the other side, so both should be the same. You can see that. And smooth it. But you can see there's a little bit more clay now on this side than there. So I'm going to mess around with this for a little while, and then I'll be back.